Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix, and we've got an issue we'd like your input on. Thanks. I appreciate you taking the time to help out. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race with a notorious... Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Norris, Tiger and Oscar Piastri, Ticktum, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Magnussen, Albon, Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher and Robert Schwartzman, Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou. And a warm welcome to...
and move forward. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we can still regain the position. Okay, that was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
What a great race it's been then. So let's see how the driver's standings have changed. Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. So then, Natalie Pinkham. Live today from the Mi Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Tiger lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Sergio Perez, and Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Gasly, Norris, and Oscar Piastri, Joe, Tictum, Yuki Tsunoda, and Magnussen, Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Esteban Ocon, and Alex Albon, Schwartzman, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? With the Grand Prix...
Okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, so let's give them a race worth watching.
Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Räikkönen delighted the world by taking the top step of the podium for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what I wonder is in store. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Tiger lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, George Russell and Fernando Alonso, Norris, Sainz, Gasly and Daniel Ticktum, Oscar Piastri, Joe, Kevin Magnussen and Albon, Stroll, Ocon, Mick Schumacher and Yuki Tsunoda, Schwartzman and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And joining me...
My friend, well done.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team, securing victory here in Austin. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their head when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that has allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and stay out of trouble.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So let's review the drivers' standings. Tiger increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Carlo